Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you another great lesson. And this time we're going to be shopping.
That's right. Actually, a lot of our users asked for some lessons about shopping, right?
Exactly. And I think one of the most important things when you go shopping is to get a good price.
That's right.
So we're going to be teaching you how to bargain.
So Marco, you just mentioned a really great word. Let's look at it in vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right. So we're going to preview the word bargain today.
Bargain.
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 Now, this is an interesting word because it's a verb and a noun.
That's right. So a bargain is a good price, right?
Okay, so a bargain is a good price.
Yeah. This t-shirt was a bargain. I only paid $1 for it.
Okay, so that is a bargain.
Yes.
But to bargain as a verb.
To try and get a good price.
So it's very similar to negotiate.
Yeah, so I would say it costs $100.
And then I would say maybe, no, I'll give you 50.
75.
And then I'll say 60.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And that's to bargain, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to be bargaining. Let's listen to the dialogue for the first time as we have a woman bargaining in a store, right?
That's right.
Hello, may I help you?
Yeah, this dress is really nice. How much is it?
That one is $150.
$150. What about this other one over here?
That's $140.
That's a bit out of my price range. Can you give me a better deal?
This is an exclusive design by Damarco. It's a bargain at that price.
Well, I don't know. I think I'll shop around.
Okay. How about $100?
That's still more than I wanted to spend. What if I take both dresses?
Okay, I can give you a special discount just because you seem like a nice person. $190 for both.
I don't know. Still a bit pricey. Thanks anyway.
Okay, my final price, $100 for both. That's two for the price of one, and that's my last offer.
Great! You've got a deal.
All right, that was some good bargaining skills right there.
Yeah, and you know what? She used a lot of good language to get a cheaper price, didn't she?
Yeah, that was good. So let's take a look at this language in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, the first word we have in Language Takeaway today, price range.
Price range.
Price range.
Price range.
Price range, what does that mean exactly?
So price range is the minimum and the maximum that you're willing to spend for a thing that you want to buy.
Exactly. So in the dialogue we heard, it's out of my price range.
It's more than I can spend.
More than I could spend.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at our next word. Shop around.
Shop around.
Shop around.
Shop around.
So she said, I think I'll shop around.
Right. So she wants to check in a few other stores to see if there's a better price.
If I shop around, I'm going and trying to compare prices maybe.
Exactly. This is a really good shopping technique.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Okay, and let's look at our last word. Pricey.
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 So something that's pricey is
Expensive.
expensive.
Yep. This is a more sort of informal way of saying expensive.
Exactly. So instead of saying, wow, that car is really expensive,
It's really pricey.
it's really pricey.
Yep.
Okay, let's listen to our dialogue for the second time, and it's going to be slowed down a bit.
So you'll understand some of these great words a little bit better.
Hello, may I help you?
Yeah, this dress is really nice. How much is it?
That one is $150.
$150. What about this other one over here?
That's $140.
That's a bit out of my price range. Can you give me a better deal?
This is an exclusive design by Damarco. It's a bargain at that price.
Well, I don't know. I think I'll shop around.
Okay. How about $100?
That's still more than I wanted to spend. What if I take both dresses?
Okay. I can give you a special discount just because you seem like a nice person. $190 for both.
I don't know. It's still a bit pricey. Thanks anyway.
Okay, my final price. $100 for both. That's 2 for the price of 1. That's my last offer.
Great! You've got a deal.
So we've covered the language in this dialogue. Now let's take a look at some of the phrases in putting it together.
Putting it together.
So, Marco, in this dialogue, there's a lot of really useful phrases to help you get a better price when you shop, right?
Exactly.
So the first one we have is, can you give me a better deal?
Can you give me a better deal?
Can you give me a better deal?
So if I'm shopping and something is too expensive,
Yeah.
I would use this sentence with the shopkeeper.
Yeah. So you might say, hey, this is out of my price range. Could you give me a better deal?
Can you give me a better deal?
Yeah.
Okay, we have some examples of can you give me a better deal? Let's listen.
Example 1.
I really like this shirt, but it's too expensive. Can you give me a better deal?
Example 2.
Can you give me a better price on this car? I really don't have that much money.
So you can see here that you can say, can you give me a better deal? Or can you give me a better price?
All right, let's take a look at the next phrase. That's still more than I wanted to spend.
That's still more than I wanted to spend.
That's still more than I wanted to spend.
So if the seller suggests a really high price, you can say,
That's still more than I wanted to spend. So basically, you're telling the shopkeeper
still too
it's
expensive.
still too expensive.
Yeah.
You still don't want to spend that much. All right, let's take a look at our last phrase.
That's my last offer.
That's my last offer.
That's my last offer.
Now, this could work both ways. It could be the shopkeeper that's telling you that,
That's my lowest price.
right? Or you could say, that's my last offer.
That's my highest price if you are buying it.
Right. Because sometimes when you're bargaining, the shopkeeper will say, all right, what's your best offer? How much will you pay?
$100. That's my final offer.
Exactly. All right, so we've looked at a lot of great phrases and words, and now you're ready to bargain and also listen to this dialogue for the third time. And then we'll come back and talk some more.
Hello, may I help you?
Yeah, this dress is really nice. How much is it?
That one is $150.
$150. What about this other one over here?
That's $140.
That's a bit out of my price range. Can you give me a better deal?
This is an exclusive design by Damarco. It's a bargain at that price.
Well, I don't know. I think I'll shop around.
Okay. How about $100?
That's still more than I wanted to spend. What if I take both dresses?
Okay, I can give you a special discount just because you seem like a nice person. $190 for both.
I don't know. Still a bit pricey. Thanks anyway.
Okay, my final price, $100 for both. That's 2 for the price of 1, and that's my last offer.
Great! You've got a deal.
All right, so I know that in Canada, it's not really common to bargain, right?
No, it really isn't. Like, even when you go to the market to buy fruits and vegetables, it's very, very rare to bargain with the shopkeeper. How about in Ecuador?
No, in Ecuador, you definitely bargain.
Really?
Well, if you go to the mall, for example,
Yep.
or if you go to a supermarket, of course you wouldn't really bargain.
Yep.
Unless maybe you go to a small store or you go to one of the local markets.
Yep.
Then it's more common to bargain.
Yeah.
And you have to because people expect you to bargain.
Really?
Yeah. In many countries in the world, bargaining is almost like an art.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, Marco, you are an excellent bargainer, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been known to bargain with the shopkeepers I've been known to bargain a little bit with the shopkeepers and helping out.
A little bit. I mean, you've got better prices than I can even imagine getting.
Yeah, that's a good story. Maybe we'll get JP to go to our comment section and tell you about that.
Yeah.
So we want to know about your countries. Is it common to bargain? Do you really do it? Is it okay? Or when is it okay?
Yes, tell us. Visit our website at englishpod.com. Tell us about your country's bargaining customs and also leave your questions there for us.
Exactly. We'll be there to answer them. But until then, we got to go. So
Goodbye.
bye.
Welcome, my dear English learners. What if I told you that one simple English sentence could save you money, make you sound more confident, and help you speak like an advanced English speaker? Imagine this. You walk into a store and see something you really want. The price is much higher than you expected. Most people either buy it immediately or walk away disappointed. But a small group of people do something different. They start a conversation. They negotiate, and very often they leave with a better price. The surprising part is this. Researchers who study communication have found that people who know how to ask the right questions are often more successful in business, relationships, and everyday life. Why? Because they understand the power of conversation. Today, we are going to explore one of the most practical English skills you can learn: price negotiation. Many English learners spend years studying grammar, but when they enter a real store and need to talk about prices, discounts, or deals, they suddenly become nervous. The words disappear, the confidence disappears, and the opportunity disappears. But that doesn't have to happen to you. Let's start with an important word: bargain. A bargain can mean a product that is sold at a very good price. For example, this jacket was a bargain. It means you bought it for less money than expected. But bargain is also a verb. When you bargain, you negotiate. You try to get a better price. In many countries, bargaining is a normal part of shopping. Sellers expect customers to negotiate. In fact, experienced shoppers rarely accept the first price they hear. Think about this situation. You see a beautiful watch. The seller says, "This watch costs $200. Instead of saying yes immediately, you might ask, "Can you give me a better deal?" This is one of the most useful phrases in shopping English. Notice that you are not arguing. You are not demanding. You are simply opening a conversation. And conversations create opportunities. Another useful expression is, "That's a bit out of my price range." Native speakers use this phrase when something costs more than they want to spend. Compare these two sentences. "It's too expensive." "That's a bit out of my price range." The second sentence sounds more polite, more professional, and more natural. Language experts often explain that advanced speakers do not always use difficult words. Instead, they use the right expressions at the right time. This is exactly what makes English sound natural. When you learn phrases instead of individual words, your brain starts recognizing complete patterns. Scientists who study language acquisition have discovered that our brains remember useful phrases more easily when they are connected to real situations. That means every phrase you learn today can become a tool you use tomorrow in a real conversation. Now imagine that the seller lowers the price, but it is still higher than you want to pay. You smile politely and say, "That's still more than I wanted to spend." This sentence is powerful because it keeps the negotiation alive while making your position clear. You are communicating confidently, respectfully, and effectively. And confidence is one of the most valuable things you can develop as an English learner, because the moment you stop being afraid to speak, your English begins to grow faster than ever before.
Now, here is something that many people do not realize. The goal of negotiation is not to win an argument. The goal is to create an agreement that makes both sides feel satisfied. The best negotiators are not aggressive. They are calm, they are patient, and most importantly, they know how to communicate clearly. Think about what happens when you hear a price that seems too high. Many people immediately say, "No, that's too expensive." But skilled negotiators often choose a smarter approach. They might say, "I think I'll shop around." This simple phrase can be extremely powerful. What does it mean? It means you are going to look at other stores and compare prices before making a decision. Psychologists have found that people often make better decisions when they compare multiple options instead of accepting the first one they see. This principle applies not only to shopping, but also to business, education, and even career choices. When you say, "I think I'll shop around," you are showing that you are a thoughtful buyer. And something interesting often happens. The seller may suddenly offer a better deal. Why? Because the seller knows that if you leave, you might buy from someone else. This brings us to another important concept: discounts. Everybody loves discounts, but successful shoppers know that discounts are not always given automatically. Sometimes you need to ask. For example, you can say, "Do you have any discounts available?" Or, "Is there a special price if I buy two?" These questions are polite, professional, and very useful in real-life situations. Let's imagine another situation. You are buying two shirts. The first shirt costs $50. The second shirt costs $50. Instead of paying $100 immediately, you ask, "What if I take both?" This is exactly the type of thinking that experienced negotiators use. When you buy more items, sellers are often more willing to reduce the price because they are making a larger sale. In the world of negotiation, this is called creating value. You are giving the seller a reason to offer something better. Communication experts often say that negotiation is really the art of asking better questions. The person who asks no questions usually receives no special opportunities. The person who asks thoughtful questions often discovers possibilities that others never see. That is why English learners should not only memorize vocabulary, they should learn how to use language to solve problems. For example, instead of simply learning the word price, learn complete expressions such as, "Can you give me a better deal? That's a bit out of my price range. That's still more than I wanted to spend. I think I'll shop around." The more you practice these expressions, the more natural they become. And the more natural they become, the more confident you sound. Researchers who study language learning have discovered that repeated exposure to useful phrases helps the brain build stronger communication patterns. Over time, these patterns become automatic. This is why fluent speakers do not translate every sentence in their heads. They recognize familiar expressions and use them naturally. And that is exactly what you should aim for as an English learner. Not perfect English, not complicated English, but useful English that works in real conversations. Because when you can confidently discuss prices, compare options, ask for discounts, and negotiate respectfully, you are developing a skill that can help you almost anywhere in the world.
As you continue your journey of learning English, remember that negotiation is much more than a shopping skill. It is a communication skill. Every time you negotiate, you practice listening carefully, thinking clearly, and expressing your ideas with confidence. Let's review some of the powerful phrases we learned today. Can you give me a better deal? That's a bit out of my price range. That's still more than I wanted to spend. I think I'll shop around. These are not just sentences. They are tools. The more you use them, the more natural your English will become. One of the biggest differences between average learners and advanced learners is action. Average learners collect information. Advanced learners use information. They speak, they practice, they make mistakes, and they keep going. Scientists who study skill development often point out that improvement comes from consistent practice, not from waiting for the perfect moment. Every conversation you have is training your brain. Every new phrase you use is making your English stronger. So the next time you go shopping, compare prices online, discuss a purchase, or even talk about value and money with a friend, try using some of the expressions you learned today. Real improvement happens when learning meets action. And remember this powerful thought. The person who is willing to ask questions will always learn more than the person who stays silent. Keep building your confidence. Keep expanding your vocabulary. Keep challenging yourself to speak English every single day. Because step by step, conversation by conversation, you are becoming the English speaker you want to be. If you enjoyed this lesson and found it helpful, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more advanced English learning content. Thank you for listening, and I wish you success in your English learning journey. See you in the next episode.